Hello everyone. Quick announcement before we get into the reading. I just wanted to let everyone know that I have started two things. One is my Patreon site where I will be uploading all of the extended portions of the videos, the in-depth look of the videos and readings, sometimes when I do the clarifying cards and I put a bit of extra material. All of that is now going to be over on Patreon, as well as I've finally been able to start my tarot and oracle deck unboxing and review series. And I'm going to be starting to unbox various tarot decks, review them in depth with you, and each month these decks will be given away in a monthly member giveaway. So in order to be eligible for the giveaway, you just have to join my Patreon site, and the cost of being a patron over there, I just ask for $1 a month, and that's it. There's one tier, one amount to join, and it's just a way, just simply a way for me to be able to facilitate these reviews and to be able to give out these beautiful decks. The more people join, the more patrons I have, the more decks I will review each month, and the more decks I will give away. So for those of you who want to see the unboxing, go straight to the link. I'll include the link here and in the description box, and you'll find out more information about the series and my Patreon site there. Or you can go directly to my Patreon site and see the extended unboxing and review video there. All right, guys, thank you so much. And without further ado, straight to the reading. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we're going to be doing the August love reading for the sign of Virgo. Alright Virgos, we're going to get right into it. Get out oracle cards as we normally do for the love readings. I hope you're doing well. Cross watchers, welcome, welcome. And to all of you who are just stopping by, I know that actually most of my audience are people who aren't subscribed to my channel, and that's fine too. Thank you for stopping by, taking the time to view. All right, if you do resonate with this video, maybe you can like, you can decide to subscribe or share, comment down below. All right, let's get into it. Virgo. Your first card out, Virgo, is let go of control issues. All right. And unrequited love. This card's been beat up. All right. And then healing family issues. All right. So that just came out, I think, for could be Aries as well. All right, but we really won't know what those cards mean for you until we get into your spread, Virgos, so let's get right into it. What's going on for you for August 2019 in love, my dear? What's going on? All right. Let's get your reading out, Virgo. First one, Seven of Wands. Fighting for your dreams. All right, feeling attacked from all sides. Nine of Swords, a lot of worry and anxiety you're going through. All right, a lot of sleepless nights. King of Wands is in. The Sun. Beautiful. Three of Swords. Heartbreak at the center of the reading. That certainly could be unrequited love, right? Knight of Pentacles. King of Pentacles. Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands has been coming out for almost all of the readings this August. A lot of you are coming to the end of a struggle. King of Swords. Wow. Okay. So, Ten of Pentacles is at the bottom of the deck. Wow. Ten of Pentacles can certainly indicate family, but families that are very affluent. Could be families that are very established, right? Picture perfect family as well. So it's, you know, that's the feeling I get for this Ten of Pentacles energy here, is this idea of the picture perfect family perhaps that you came from, because with healing family issues and just with the general feeling from the spread that I get on the initial look, I wonder if this isn't like a case of keeping up with the Joneses, or coming from a family that has a certain level of status that requires you to live a certain way, right, for that status. So, let's get right into it, Virgo. Seven of Wands, you feel like you're having to fight for your dreams. You feel like you're having to defend yourself against people. This feels like a really monumental fight for you. If you look at this character, you look at his foot placement, right? You can see that the scaling is quite odd, right? That doesn't look like normal ground. It looks like a mountain, actually. If you look at it up close, it looks like a mountain from a distance with a river, a little bit of a river running through it, which seems to indicate a little bit about being in touch with your emotions, but your emotions aren't very free-flowing right now. But also just the aspect, right? So the dimensional aspect. This indicates this feeling of this character kind of standing on top of the world, having to fight a monumental fight. If you imagine him almost being a giant and having to fight all of these attacks that are coming up. Wands is not a sword, right? So it's not a weapon. You're fighting with your mind, with your ambition, with your integrity. Seven of Wands indicates a need to come up with very creative ways, right, to protect your dream, your goal, because seven is the number associated with dreams and aspirations. So in Wands, we get this need to have to protect your dreams and aspirations against those that will come and sort of try to tear it down. Nine of Swords is here, so you're having a lot of sleepless nights as well. You're feeling very anxious and worried, right? It could be that this could just be a lot of attacks that you're getting from your family, right? It could be that your family's kind of like on your back about things. You feel like you have to defend yourself. Seven of Wands is that kind of fight, right? And then so I can see that, you know, you may maybe outwardly on the street with your friends, with your family and everyone, you kind of have this like really this I don't want to say an attitude, but this kind of like you're prepared, this defense. And then you come home at night and it's like you're just visited with all of this anxiety and worry. There's a lot of pain there, right? King of Wands is looking on, and I want to say this King of Wands is probably somebody else in the family. I get this first row, so this is the message I get coming in, really the feeling that I get, right, about what's happening here. I almost feel like you were in a relationship, right, and it may not have even been the type of relationship that your family approved of, right? It may be the type of relationship that you kind of went out on a limb on, right? And it didn't work out. The relationship just didn't work out. And so you're heartbroken from the relationship. But not only are you heartbroken from the relationship, but now you're having to defend yourself against all of the people who said, well, we told you it wasn't going to work out, right? Or your family. And then here comes the King of Wands, and he's looking down. And I want to say this may be a father or uncle. It may be, if you're dealing with a very wealthy family. Some of you out there dealing with very wealthy, established family. This could be the lawyer. This could be the attorney that's dealing with the family finances. Okay? Whoever this is, this King of Wands is somebody of authority in association to you and your family and your status and your abundance. And so they have a certain amount of responsibility over you, or authority, or they have a certain amount of power over you. They can say certain things, perhaps even control, right? They can say certain things and your money may dry up, right? They can go back to the family and tell them certain things and then you may be cut off, right? It could be that type of scenario, certainly when we're dealing with money. But then it's also just control issues. You could just be dealing, this could just be a very domineering person in your family who's just always kind of like looking down, because the King of Wands is he's very ambitious and supportive, but when this energy turns, when we're talking about this negative version or this negative side to the King of Wands, he is very judgmental, extremely judgmental, extremely demeaning. He can really hurt you with what his actions often. Not so much with his words, which would be the King of Swords, but the King of Wands can be quite cruel in his actions. He can cut you off the money or what have you, right? Or he can just make you feel like a failure, right? Because he is so established, right? And so respected. And so it's when his power is kind of abused in a way or used to make other people feel bad. Now, I'm not saying this person is a bad person. I'm just saying that this person does not approve necessarily of you or how you live your life. And so now you're kind of having to defend yourself, and you're also dealing with a heartbreak. So you're in a really kind of tricky situation right now, Virgo, where you're really feeling bad about the heartbreak, but you're also feeling just harassed and put upon by the people in your family who look out, who you are close to. I believe you are probably come from a very close-knit family. I get the impression that regardless of whether there's a lot of money or not, or if it's a very highly influential or established family or not, it is a close-knit family despite the problems. And so even though part of the reason that you don't appreciate the King of Wands input is his domineering, and again, this is not gender specific, this could be a female as well, but it's a very masculine energy that they come with. Although, yeah, you hate their domineering and judgmental sort of ways, but there's also a deep love for this person because you do have a love for your family. And deep, 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 there is this kind of connection. I want to say it almost reminds me of one of those very old families, old school families, right? Old school families that are tough. They don't take, they're tough. Sometimes they're too tough. Sometimes their tough love is a bit harsh, right? But there is, at the core, there is a sense of love. And so you do feel somewhere inside, you do feel a little bit like you've let them down. But it's not your fault. When you go for a relationship and it doesn't work out, it's not like you owe anyone anything, right? And you certainly don't owe your family any kind of explanation. The sun is here. Sun is coming out to let you know that the brighter days are coming up, okay? Brighter days are coming. Better days are coming. Family healing is coming. Your healing is coming, right? It will be, I think, in the form of monetary opportunities at work. But there is a sense of freedom that you're going to get just in and of itself, in a sense that once you come out of this kind of like period, because this is just, this is more or less just a temporary period of you just kind of coming out of the sadness. I imagine this breakup was quite recent, right? And so, it's going to be a little while before you completely kind of get out of the real kind of sadness. But I think you're going to come to a place where you do feel more independent. You feel a little freer. I think it's going to be one of those cases of like, once you've cried it all out, it's like, all right, I got that out my system. Okay, and I'm done. And you'll be able to move on. I think you're dealing with initial hurt right now, but I think you'll be able to move on. I'm going to tell you why in a minute. Also, letting go of control issues. I think a lot of this is going to be an awakening about control issues. It could be that you tend to get yourself into relationships where control is a factor. But one of the reasons why I believe that you're going to come out of this fairly quickly, you do need to have your good cry. You do need to have your good mourning period, right? Mourning phase, grief phase of losing the relationship, of having the unrequited love, as it were, right? And I'm going to say part of it would be good for you to just kind of get away and do that alone and away from the family, even though like I said, it's a kind of a love-hate thing with the family. When you go through something really tough, oftentimes you desire your family to be there because you do rely on them, and yet at the same time you hate it because you know you're going to have to answer questions, there's going to be judgments, there's going to be all of this other stuff that comes along with it. But I think that it's really your choice. For some of you, it will be better to stay with the family, and for some of you, it may be better to just go away and get into your hermit, right, Virgo? I mean, you are the hermit card, and so getting into your Virgo energy, going away, pulling away might be quite good right now for you to regain your self-confidence, right? And the reason why I say that you will get through this and over this and come into the sun quite quickly is because this is a heartbreak of Three of Swords. And Swords is to do with the mind and communications, mental acuity. It's not so much to do with the actual heart and the love that you feel for someone. It's more in line with the actual relationship that you have with someone, how you communicate with someone. And so when we have Three of Swords, yes, it is a piercing of the heart. It is a heartbreak, but it's a heartbreak usually because of the way someone has treated you. They've either cheated on you or they've lied to you. They've stabbed you in the back. There was third-party energy. There was a discord in the way they treated you or treated the relationship. But it's not the type of heartbreak that you get, for instance, with like the Five of Cups. You know, the Five of Cups heartbreak is when, you know, you've lost someone you truly love and you lost them because they maybe fell in love with somebody else, you know. You didn't lose them because they were a shyster or they were shitty to you or they did these, all of this, you know, narcissistic sort of discordant relationship, bad miscommunication and stuff like that. It wasn't in that realm. It's like real heartbreak. But this is in the realm of having your ego kind of hurt, right? And your heart broken because your ego's been hurt. You were in a relationship with somebody and now they moved on to somebody else, and there could be a feeling of being embarrassed, ashamed, slighted, all of those things. And it doesn't make it any less valid. It's still a heartbreak. It's still painful. However, it's the type of pain that we get over, depending on who you are. Now, if it eats you up that somebody got over on you or that somebody cheated you, if that really eats at your core, then this is going to be a very difficult thing to get over. But again, it's not so much because it's your heart that's hurting so much, but it's your ego that's been cut, pierced, as it were, right? And so I think you, Virgo, being hermit, right, being the hermit and really the most ancient of the signs, I think, you know, you have a real understanding of how to deal with your heart and how to take care of yourself. You're also the great healer, Virgo, and you know how to heal yourself. And I think that right now you're going to be going through that phase of letting go of, yes, some control issues, pulling away. You don't always have to be there. It could be that you have responsibilities to the family that you don't want to let go of. Again, let go of it, right, for a moment so that you can pull away and really get over this kind of like period of hurt, right? Sun is coming in and you're dealing with that Three of Swords because this is at the center of your reading. Also coming in is an opportunity. There's someone who's coming your way with a pentacle that's been traveling a very long time to get to you. This is an opportunity. Nights don't always just mean messages and opportunities. Pages don't always just mean messages and connections. They mean a lot more, a lot deeper. But right here, we're certainly talking about an opportunity coming in with an individual, a person who specifically sought you out. Now, it's taken some time either for them to realize it was you that they were looking for or what have you, or to even get here, but they've been searching for for the right person for quite some time, and they're coming to you with the offer, right? And it's going to be at the perfect time when you are just getting over this kind of Three of Swords, where you've put it like kind of right behind you. It's still kind of in front of you. It's still kind of underneath you in your subconscious in the back of your mind. But as you travel through right now, this is why I love the 9-card spread aspect. This card is coming before, but it's also on top of. And so it means like right now, this Three of Swords is kind of like in the back of your mind. It's bothering you. It's the cause of some of your sleepless nights, etc. Right? But as you work through it, as you work through and you get away a little bit, you pull away a little bit, take some of the I guess, some of the flack that you may be getting from your family, but you go away, you go into your Virgo, and you're going to come out with a little bit more self-esteem, right? And then that's going to hurdle you over this phase. And this is to say that it's not like you're going to get over the Three of Swords, but it will be behind you now. It's going to very much be more behind you, and it's no longer going to be just in your subconscious constantly eating away with you. It's almost like it's been lifted up out of you and back, you know what I mean? And you've gone forward, right? And it's like, okay, this isn't so much in my mind, this isn't so much in my feeling, right? In what I'm feeling, right? This is now behind me. And so that's when this opportunity will come, and you'll be in perfect position to make the most of it. And then as you start to come down and go forward, you have the King of Pentacles coming in. So that's somebody who's showing a lot of benevolence and a lot of faith in you. I feel like somebody's going to want to do some kind of investment with you, Virgo. You know, somebody wants to invest in you. Somebody wants to do either a business with you or a project with you. The offer has come in, but right up behind the offer is the main man who's coming in and saying, yes, we really, really want to work with you. The offer is yours. This could be just simply a career move, right? But this could also be an impersonal in terms of if you are working on any kind of like business projects, development projects. It's like somebody comes into you who has a lot of experience. They know what they're doing, and they want to work with you. And this is going to give you the final push to let go of the last remnants of hang-ups that you've been holding on to, which is the Ten of Wands here. Ten of Wands is baggage, right? Now, it's interesting. You're coming out of this situation, and you aren't going to have this behind you, but there's little baggage with all kind of hurtful situations, right? And interestingly enough, you have baggage probably from this situation and a few before that. But this new opportunity, this work opportunity coming in, this opportunity that has been coming for a long time, right, that you've been waiting for a long time. It could be that you've been working towards it for a very long time. And the fact that it's coming to fruition and that you're getting the support from this individual, I feel like it's pushing you into your 10, into the end of this long stage of your life where you've held on to certain beliefs about yourself, certain baggage and certain hang-ups about yourself. And these two, this opportunity and this cooperative working with this individual is going to push you into a place where you're finally going to let go of those. You're going to realize that you don't need to hold on to that baggage. You don't feel that way about yourself anymore, right? You've forgiven yourself for whatever you weren't able to forgive yourself for before, right? And I think a lot of it may be for you, Virgo. A lot of it has to do with your profession. Whatever your profession is very much tied into your sense of who you are and your value of yourself. And I think that because things haven't quite been, or perhaps you've been waiting for this special offer, this particular unique offer for so long, you started to doubt yourself. You started to maybe lose a sense of confidence in your own sense of self. It could be that those are the reasons that led you into this relationship that ultimately became toxic anyway. And so now coming out of it, but with this opportunity finally coming through, it's almost as if like you make almost this like immediate 180 from like just kind of being down on yourself and just being resigned to being unrequited. Because we have unrequited love here to do with relationships, but it's also unrequited in terms of not getting what you wanted for yourself too. And so it's almost as if like you were resigned to just be like, well, that's life. You don't always get what you want. And so now that these opportunities are coming in for you, it's almost like you're doing this complete 180 and realizing, hang on a second, no. I do, yes, here it is. It's here. And it's here, why? Not because I'm lucky or not because that's the way life is sometimes. It's here because I did really work for it and I did really deserve it. And you get a lot of realizations coming in that allow you to drop these 10 wands that you've been carrying, this baggage. Maybe it could be just a sense that, you know, you always felt, it could be, for instance, it could be this, you may have walked through life thinking, you know, I try my best, but, you know, things just never work out for me, right? No matter how hard I try. And then maybe over time you've started to develop a sense of feeling like, well, they don't work out for me because maybe I just don't deserve it. Or maybe just my form of trying hard isn't trying hard at all. Or you start to doubt yourself, right? And so this is when the little voice of doubt comes in. But then, when this opportunity finally comes in, it's almost as if that veil of doubt has been lifted and you remind yourself, you say, hang on a second, no, this is because I did work hard and I do deserve it, right? And now maybe I can let go of this feeling that things don't ever work out for me. Maybe I can let go of that piece of baggage or that hang up or that idea that has been holding me back. You know, that things just don't work out for me. I'm ready to let go of that. I don't need to hold on to that anymore. There's a time in your life that you maybe needed to, right, to deal with the fact that things didn't work out, but you don't need that crutch anymore. And so letting go of that is freeing yourself. And I think that this is all happening as a result of this breakup and this new opportunity coming in. And then there's the King of Swords, which is somebody else coming into your life who's extremely honest with you. Very, very honest and going to hold you to task, right? It may be I believe that this will be a very quick testing phase for you, this King of Swords. So when you come through all of this and you finally have this kind of realization that happens as a result of a series of these events and how you've dealt with this energy from this breakup, and you do lay down these 10 of Wands, you almost have this, like I said, this renewed sense of self. There's going to be very quickly on the heels of that, almost a testing stage or a testing opportunity or something coming into your life that is going to be kind of like, all right, you think you got it, do you? Do you have it? Are you really being honest with yourself? Are you really laying down? Is the baggage really laid down? You know, is the hang-up really laid down? You're going to have this kind of testing phase. And I'm not saying that you're being tested by any higher being or anything or a higher energy. I'm saying that life throws tests at you whenever you change, right? That's your connection with the higher being. You know, I say it's not something outside yourself because I don't like to use those terms. They imply that we are somehow separate from the Great Spirit, that we are somehow separate from the Great Consciousness. And so I'm always very careful with those words. You know, there's no outside thing testing you or outside higher being testing you. It is your connection to the divine, and so therefore this whole life is tailored for your service. This entire life is tailored for your advancement and experience because you are connected to the divine. And so it's not something else testing you, but it's this whole construct that has been designed specifically for you to do what it's been designed to do, which is to help you evolve and to help you grow and to help you experience yourself, right? People often say that reality is just consciousness projecting itself so that it can have an experience. And so this testing is going to come in. Life is going to throw you this testing phase. It's not going to be all perfect from here on out. And this testing phase, it could be just an opportunity, a conversation, something, a decision that maybe needs to be made, some kind of scenario or a situation where the new you, as it were, right? The new you is going to be kind of test run. All right, I'm going to call it, this is your reading for August, Virgo. If you would like to see the extended reading where we then pull 9 more Thoth cards to clarify all of these, and also a sacred oracle, a sacred rebel oracle card to send you forward. In fact, I pulled 2 of those. Then you can go on over to Patreon. The link is going to be right next to you in the video, and it's also in the description. And when you go over there, we start right off with the extended reading. All right? To join my Patreon site is only $1, 1 tier. And also joining that site makes you eligible to win this month's giveaway, tarot giveaway, which is the Dream of Gaia tarot deck giveaway, which is also on my YouTube channel. I do the unboxing and the review of this beautiful deck. Give you an idea of what some of the cards look like. They're really gorgeous. And yes, I'll be giving this away at random to one of my lucky patrons on August 15th. All right. So for now, if this resonated with you, please like it, subscribe, share it, comment, help me grow my channel so I can do more and more, give more and more readings, more giveaways, and all of that good stuff. All right. But for right now, I'm just going to tell you, have a wonderful, wonderful August, Virgo, and I will see you mid-month for the mid-month love check-in. Bye-bye.